Hello, I'm Jeffrey Philp, and I'd like to talk with you about Marcus Garvey and my forthcoming graphic novel, My Name is Marcus. Now I know that some of you, just some, may be asking the questions, who is Marcus Garvey and why should our children learn about his life? Marcus Garvey was born on 17 August 1887 in St. Ann's Bay, Jamaica. His father, Marcus Garvey, was a stonemason, and his mother, Sarah Richards, was a domestic servant and the daughter of peasant farmers. Although Marcus came from such humble origins, he would go on to lead one of the largest mass movements of black people in the world. In 1914, after returning from London, England, Marcus founded the UNIA-ACL in Kingston, Jamaica. At that time, the UNIA-ACL only had 13 members, but by 1920, Marcus claimed to have over 6 million members worldwide. His newspaper, The Negro World, had over 200,000 readers. Marcus also established the Negro Factory Corporation, which owned a publishing house, a hotel, a chain of grocery stores, restaurants, steam laundry, tailor and dressmaking shops, a millinery store, and a doll factory that produced dolls specifically for black children. Marcus also founded the Black Star Line, a company which he envisioned as a fleet of passenger ships that would allow black people to travel around the world in first-class accommodations, and not in the belly of ships as they had to do in America, even when they had bought first-class tickets. By these actions, Marcus inspired a generation of black leaders such as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, founder of the Nation of Islam. El Haj Malik el Shabazz, whose parents were Garveyites. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and a host of African leaders such as Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, Patrice Lumumba, Stephen Biko, Julius Nyerere, and Nelson Mandela. Marcus's meteoric rise in the 1920s created a movement that unfortunately gained the attention of J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI, or as it was then known as the BOI. Hoover was determined to stop Marcus, and in 1919 hired the first black agent, James Wormley Jones, to infiltrate and to bring him down. By May 1923, Hoover and his minions succeeded in jailing Marcus on charges of mail fraud. Marcus was imprisoned in the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary, but that didn't stop Marcus. When President Coolidge commuted Marcus's sentence in 1927, he went to Jamaica and founded Jamaica's first political party, the PPP, which ran on a progressive platform of official representation in the British Parliament, a minimum wage, land reform, a Jamaican university, judicial reform, a government-run electrical system, public high schools and libraries, and a national opera house. This, of course, angered Marcus's enemies in Jamaica, the USA, and England, but Marcus continued working towards the liberation of black people worldwide. In 1937, he gave his most famous speech, which Bob Marley used in Redemption Song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. As you can see, Marcus led an incredible life, which has been an inspiration to many. Unfortunately, however, Marcus's life story has been erased from the history books, and his example of courage, perseverance, and love for justice has not been passed on to many of us, including our children. This is why I've written the graphic novel My Name is Marcus, so that our children will learn about this great man, who in 1964 was named Jamaica's first national hero. Thank you, and I hope you will support our crowdfunding campaign to publish My Name is Marcus.